guys, this is MB from underdogchance.com and we are back with soccer or football betting model projections. In this video you will get all my calculated winning percentages for top 4 European leagues. Only French league is not playing, but I will give you my numbers for English Premier League, Italian Serie A, Bundesliga and Spanish La Liga. So what I'm doing, I simply calculate my own winning percentages. I analyze these games with the numbers and then I came with my own odds and then I compare these odds with the bookmakers odds. If I see that there is a big discrepancy between my odds and the bookmakers odds, this is then potentially a good bet. So I have my own formula which I call adjusted Kelly criterion, and when the number is bigger, then this is a good value. So I try to find at least one good bet each day. I had a break during the winter holidays and family and so, but I try to find one good bet per day in soccer, and so far I am 47.31 plus 8.4 units of profit, yield or ROI. This is 10.77% and the positive closing line value numbers. Overall soccer betting is 27 units. I'm not soccer is not my main sport. My main sports are American sports, US sports, baseball especially. But with soccer we can also make an extra money. But I know that a lot of people who got my betting model for soccer, they also focus heavily on soccer. And based on these stories, I know that they are doing great. Anyway, let's start with the first league. So I will share my winning percentages and I will comment these games, okay? So the first game, Liverpool-Chelsea, this game will start soon, so we need to be quick. Based on my winning percentages, I give Liverpool 54.82% of chance to win this game. So this is straight win, and my projected odds 1.82, bookmakers 1.93. So based on my numbers, there is small value with Liverpool. So if I need to take anything, I would probably go with Liverpool. But this is small difference and small number adjusted Kelly criterion below 1. So I would start thinking about taking the bet if the number is bigger, okay? If the number is 1 or more, okay? So the bigger the discrepancy, the bigger the value, the bigger this number, okay? And this is highlighted which numbers are positive in my favor, okay? So I would stay away from this game, but I think there is some value with Liverpool, okay? Leicester City against Brighton, based on my projections, there is no value. As you see, my numbers and bookmakers numbers are the same, and this last column show us where is the value, and there is not enough value, okay? Bournemouth against Nottingham Forest, based on my projections, Nottingham Forest should be at 2.22. I'm talking in decimal odds. You also have here American odds. Based on my projections, Nottingham Forest will have 45.10% of chance to win this game straight, right? And with the draft, they have a little bit more than 70% of chance. So they should so that they don't lose this game. But based on my projections, there is small value with Nottingham Forest, but still not good enough to pull a trigger in this one. Then we have West Ham against Everton. Based on my projections, there is not enough value. As you see, my numbers and bookmakers numbers are basically the same. My projected odds on West Ham 1.77, bookmakers 1.77 too, okay? So a lot of people ask me what is a value. It is very simple. You need to come up somehow with your analysis and then compare with bookmakers odds, okay? So the odds are nothing else than prices that you will pay. So every time when you bet, you pay some price, and this price, for example, here is 1.77. Those prices are the odds, and those odds are changing. So basically the prices are changing all the time because of several reasons. But what you need to understand is that depends on what price you will pay, this will be then the end results of your profit, right? So if you will pay good price, you will make a profit. You can expect to make a profit. Of course, there's always some luck involved, but your goal as a sports bettor is to pay good price. So what is a good price? Well, this is another question. You need to come up somehow with your own numbers, because if you cannot explain your betting and your betting performance with the math, then it is just pure luck, okay? So everything is about the numbers. So at the end of the day, then we come to the betting models, to the numbers, and how how we come to these numbers. Okay, everything else is just guessing. Okay, so what I try to do, I try to calculate my own numbers. Okay, Southampton, Aston Villa, based on my projections, there is not enough value. As you see, again, my numbers and bookmakers numbers are basically the same. Crystal Palace against Newcastle United, this is the biggest value from English Premier League, but I'm still looking for a little bit bigger number. Based on my projections, Newcastle should be at 1.69, bookmakers 1.96. So there is some value with Newcastle. If I need to pick anything, I would go with Newcastle to beat Crystal Palace. Okay, Leeds United, Brentford. Based on my projections, Leeds should be at 2.77. They are 2.42. Not enough value for me. Okay, then we have Manchester City, Wolves, no value. My numbers and bookmakers numbers are basically the same, and the same story with Fulham, Tottenham. This is the last game. I think they will play on Monday or Tuesday. Also, there is no value. So if I need to pick anything from English Premier League, I would go with Nottingham Forest. Either you take Asian handicap, so Nottingham Forest should not lose this game, or maybe if you like to risk a little bit more, you can go with Nottingham Forest straight win, or Newcastle United. I think this is the biggest value bet in English Premier League, but in general, I didn't find a good bet in English Premier League, so we move to the next league. Okay, the second league, Italian Serie A. The same story, my projected numbers, bookmakers numbers, and then I look for the value. Hellas Verona against Lecce, no value. As you see, my numbers and bookmakers numbers are very similar. Salernitana against Napoli, small odds on Napoli. They might win the championship this season. They are on the first place, and there is some value with Napoli in this game, but I don't know if you want to play such a low odds. I would stay away from this game. Fiorentina Torino, no value. As you see, my numbers and bookmakers numbers are the same, so no value. Sampdoria Udinese, small value with Udinese, but still, as you see, this is small value. If I go here, the number 3 or bigger, this is very good value. Between 2 and 3, this is medium value, and everything above 1 up to 2 is small value. Okay, so there is some value with Udinese. Either you go with straight win or maybe x2, so they don't lose the game, but this is still not good for me to pull a trigger in this one. Monza Sassuolo, no value at all. And then we have Spezia Roma. This is play of the day in Serie A. Based on my projections, Roma should be at 1.41. I give them 70.87% of chance to win this game. Bookmakers have them at 1.88, and I think Roma at 1.88 is a good bet. Okay, so this is my first qualified bet based on my criteria. So I didn't find any good bet in English Premier League, but in Serie A, Roma at 1.88 is a good bet. Juventus Atalanta, if you follow Serie A or soccer in general, there was a big scandal with Juventus. They are again in big troubles. In the middle of the season, they took them 15 points because of some scandals. I don't even know the details, but they're again in big trouble. But of course, if we stick to the numbers, there is no value with Juventus. I give small. I have small value with Atlanta, maybe x2 or plus 0.5, so they should not lose this game. Bologna Cremonese, no value. Basically, my numbers and bookmakers numbers are very similar. Inter Empoli, the same story, and Lazio Milan. This is the last game, probably the most interesting game, but usually these interesting games where a lot of attention is there, a lot of money is there. Also, the odds are usually very sharp, so I would stay away from this game too. No value. Okay, so Roma is the only value bet from Serie A. Then we go to Spanish La Liga. The same story. So Rayo Vallecano's Real Sociedad, based on my projections, maybe small value with Sociedad, but not good enough. Espanyol Betis, based on my projections, no value. As you see, my numbers and bookmakers are similar. I think this is pretty equal game. Here we have green number, but this is the difference between my odds, because my projected odds will never be the same than bookmakers odds, because we are not trying to hit the same odds than bookmakers odds. I like to say that we sports bettors try to be less wrong than others, right? But based on my criteria, there is not value. Atletico Madrid Valladolid, no value at all. Sevilla Cadiz, no value again. Villarreal, Girona, maybe small value with Girona in this one, maybe x2 or something like that. So Girona should not lose this game, but still small number. Then we have Elche Osasuna. I think this is the biggest value bet in Spanish La Liga. Elche is the last team in the league, the worst team. They will be probably in next season in Segunda B. This is the second Spanish league. On the other side, Osasuna is playing for Champions League, for UEFA Cup. They are fighting with top 6, top 7 teams for that place, and they are better team. Simply they are better team, and I give them 64.62% of chance to win this game. We have them at 2.21, so I think Osasuna 2.21 is a good bet. Barcelona, Getafe, no value. Atletico Bilbao, Real Madrid, maybe small value with Athletic Bilbao. Barcelona is much better team this season. They will probably win, at least based on what I saw. Of course, nobody can predict this, but they are the best team, and Real is second team at this moment. So we will probably get some value against them. Depends on what prices will bookmakers offer, but based on my projections, there is some value with Atletico, or if you like, I wouldn't bet on Real in this game. Valencia, Almeria, small value with Valencia, but the only qualified bet, the only good value bet is Osasuna 2.21. And then the last league, German Bundesliga, Frankfurt, Schalke, no value. Stuttgart, Mainz, you can check my numbers, bookmakers numbers, maybe small value with Stuttgart, but I would stay away, still not good enough. Wolfsburg, Freiburg, not enough value, maybe small value with Freiburg. So if you can take double chance or x2 or plus 0.5, this is the same things. So that Freiburg should not lose, maybe small value with this type of bet. And then we have a small value with Hertha against Bochum. I give them 46.02% of chance to win this game. But if we take Asian handicap, so Hertha should not lose this game, you can get at 1.66, which I think is a value in this game. Okay, Union against Hoffenheim, no value. Köln, Werder Bremen, maybe small value with Köln at home. Dortmund, Augsburg, no value at all. And then we have Gladbach against Leverkusen, small value with Gladbach against Leverkusen at home. Okay, so that's it. We have 4 leagues, 3 qualified bets. So Hertha plus 0.5. This is not goals. This is that doesn't mean that Hertha should score more than 1 goal. This is Asian handicap, so they should not lose this game. Then we have Spanish La Liga, Osasuna 2.21, and Serie A, Roma at 1.88. 3 qualified bets, and I didn't find any good bet in English Premier League. Okay, so that's it from me today. If you want to learn how to use the numbers in sports betting, if you want to learn from me how to bet and how to make money and how to win in the long run, please subscribe to a free betting course where I can show you how to do this in 10 days. I have 10 days sports betting lessons, and that's it from me. Whatever you take and whatever you decide, I wish you good luck.